Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's A1 Andre coming back at y'all with another video today. Now, if you watched my last video, you heard me say I appreciate those that watched that video because that was my first video I made in like probably a year or so. For those that stuck around and were still subscribed and watched the video, I appreciate y'all for that because y'all real ones. But anyway, also if you watched that video, you heard me say that I'm going to be talking about the gameplay trailer that came out not so long ago, like 3 days ago. It was a gameplay trailer. And it was talking about what Mike Wang said with dribble moves. I think it was defense fixes and all that stuff, as well as, what was it, play calling, I think it was. So yeah, I want to look more in depth into that, even though I know y'all already saw that stuff. I want to just come with my own perspective on it because, like I said, y'all already saw it. So I'm gonna go over to 2K's YouTube real quick and actually look at what they put out with the actual trailer and go back over it myself so I can, you know, talk about what I want to talk about in that trailer and all that stuff. So let me get into that real quick. By the way, I know y'all see this drip I got on real quick, you know what I'm saying? Look at my drip, check out my drip, you know what I'm saying? The white and blue with the French blues fuzz, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
All right, so as you can see, we on 2K's YouTube channel, and they, you know, of course, dropped the official gameplay trailer, which was like 3 days ago. Then they dropped the 2K24 Dev Diaries, which was 2 days ago, and I saw both of these already. And then they, of course, an hour ago dropped, at the time of this recording, an hour ago, they dropped the Welcome to the All-New Neighborhood for NBA 2K24 on current gen. I don't know why they still calling it current gen when this is like the fourth 2K that came out on PS5 and Xbox Series X, but I digress, whatever. So we're gonna watch that probably later on, or I will watch it later on, which y'all probably seen it by now, which it looks like it's 56 seconds, 55 seconds, what the world?
We don't care.
Anyway, we've seen this trailer already, but I want to go back over it a little bit for one thing I wanted to point out. I want to go over this little gameplay trailer a little bit and just, you know, talk about something in particular that I saw in this trailer, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, in my honest opinion, this whole trailer was kind of a waste, because I'm not surprised. 2K usually does this thing where they actually just show trailers with like quick cutaways and stuff like that, just showing us like quick cuts, and then they'll like show a little bit of gameplay and cut away to the next scene real fast. So like that's basically what the trailer was, to summarize, in my opinion. It's just them showing quick cuts and not really telling us, or not really showing us a full like offensive or defensive play. So I don't know why they even dropped this trailer, really, because we only saw like 12 seconds worth of actual like things that we needed to see, in my opinion, that is. So I'm just going to fast forward to it right now because of course we already saw the trailer. So the only part of the trailer I thought was actually relevant was two parts, and I'm gonna show you right now. So the first part, of course, is Kevin Durant, the side-by-side comparison with him with the pro play. So I'm gonna just play it because we already saw it by now anyway. So look at this. Of course, you see on the right 2K24 showing off the, you know, new pro play, and then the left side is him in real life. Son's got new jerseys, that's dope. That's half of the trailer right there, in my opinion. That's the half that we needed to see, and the other half is just quick cutaways like they always do, showing us nothing. So now I'm gonna slow it down so y'all can see it more in depth. So you can see Kevin Durant catches the ball, they freeze frame it so you can see the side-by-side comparison of 2K with pro play and in real life. Now this is such a nice look at what we're gonna have in the game, which is what I thought it was gonna be, which is them taking like the actual players from real life and then putting it side by side with like the, you know, game and all that stuff. Kevin Durant does a step back at the elbow, like a Kobe-esque fadeaway, Jordan-esque fadeaway. Look at the arm flare. Look at the foot, everything. It's like mapped to real life. So the gameplay should be like identical to real life, not with pro play. That's basically what pro play is. So I'm liking this a lot. All these little parts of the trailer just not really showing us nothing because of the fact that this is like, a lot of this movement looks like what's in 2K23, in my opinion. They're just showing us little quick cutaways. So you can't really tell the difference in gameplay from seeing these little quick cutaways, in my opinion. I mean, some of it's cool. The Jimmy Butler timeout, you're gonna see it in a second. Him hanging on the rim because there's new rim hangs and the timeout, that's cool. But other than that, like, look at these quick cutaways. You're not really seeing much on, you know, gameplay in terms of improvements. At least I'm not noticing anything new. Not from seeing this. By the way, I want to point out one thing in this trailer that I found that was unrealistic, and it's Dillon Brooks on Scotty Barnes. Had 2K actually made this part realistic right here, what would have happened is Dillon Brooks would have swiped the ball out of Scotty Barnes' hands, took the ball, threw it at a crowd member for them telling him that he sucks, and then took the crowd member's drink out his hands, and then poured the crowd member's drink all over him. You see, 2K didn't do that, so that's why it's not realistic. Here we go right here. That move right there. I think that's a new animation from Paul George, because I don't recognize that in 2K23. That's the other half of this trailer that I was gonna show y'all. So this right here is showing off Paul George doing a double crossover. That's his signature move. I've seen him do that in real life against, I think, De'Aaron Fox on the Sacramento Kings was one play he did that in real life. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I think it was against the Sacramento Kings. Speaking of the Kings, they go right there. Basically, the side-by-side Kevin Durant pro play feature and the whole Josh Giddey getting crossed by Paul George is the only takeaways I got from this trailer. Other than that, I don't see why they put the trailer together at all. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. And the reason why I wanted to show y'all all that is because I wanted to talk about a possibility that this game now has for gameplay because of pro play. And it's someone that I wanted 2K to get right for a long time that they haven't gotten right. And that person is probably my favorite player in the entire NBA, alongside Dame Lillard, of course. If you know me and if you know my channel, you know who my favorite player is already. The person that people say I look like, for some reason, Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about right now.
23 for Beal.
That's a prime example of what I'm talking about. I'm laughing because like it's just exciting to think about like how good they can make this for pro play. If 2K is getting pro play moves in their game, just imagine what they can do with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is the best ball handler we've had in NBA history, in my opinion. He's the best ball handler we've ever had. So just imagine his actual dribble moves in 2K24 with how he can play in real life. Because let's be real, if Kyrie Irving is the best ball handler in NBA history, arguably, then he should definitely have one of the best dribble packages in the game. It shouldn't just be Michael Jordan dribble styles, one of the best like it was in 2K23. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's common sense. It's like Kyrie Irving should have the most effective dribble moves in the game, and this should be the hardest to get for like players that's like 6'3" and under. Like, if you're 6'3" and under, you should be able to have like Kyrie Irving's skill set or his dribble moves package if you have like at least like a 90 ball handle or something like that. That's the way I see it. And if you have a 90 ball handle, then you should be able to dribble like Kyrie and actually have his moves be effective. I want his moves to be in the game because from a gameplay standpoint, they can make his dribble moves actually matter and be one of the best in the game like they should have been from the start, which, let's be real, if you've been playing 2K for years now, you know Kyrie Irving's had like mid dribble packages and they've not been very effective in terms of gameplay. But the first half is the actual gameplay. The second half is just aesthetic gameplay. Aesthetically, they've never gotten Kyrie right in terms of dribble packages because I mean, I understand why it's Kyrie Irving. His footwork is like impeccable, and I dribble like that in real life, kind of sort of. So I know what it's like. I know how hard it is to dribble like that. So like, anyway, because of pro play, if 2K can put this in the game, that would be so cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, that would be so cool.
Top loses it. Irving, ball right there to defend, and one.
Now, once again, I'm saying that it should be possible now for 2K to approach this both ways. Number one, from an aesthetic gameplay standpoint, and number two, from a core gameplay standpoint. Now, what I mean by aesthetic gameplay standpoint is, look at what you're seeing on screen right now with Kyrie Irving with this jelly layup. Aesthetically, your my player or your player on the screen, whether it be Kyrie Irving, or really Kyrie Irving or your my player, should have the same movements in their animation that you're seeing on screen because of the whole pro play feature they're introducing. So your layups should be looking just like what you're seeing on screen with Kyrie Irving right now. Now, from a core gameplay standpoint, I'm saying that these layups should actually matter to your my player because of how effective Kyrie Irving's layup packages are in real life. Because if you really think about it, when's the last time you've seen a jelly layup from Kyrie Irving get blocked? Or better yet, how often have you seen him get blocked? Because I haven't seen it get blocked very often. So what I'm saying is, you should be able to equip jelly layups, so like layups like Kyrie Irving if you have a player that's like 6'3" and shorter, because a prime example again would be like NBA 2K23. Layups did not really matter like that in that game. You could have jelly layups and they were terrible. Mike Wang did say that layups should have more of a skill gap now. So what I'm thinking, or what I should say I'm hoping is in 2K24, let's just say you got a player that's like 6'3" or shorter. You should be able to equip the Kyrie Irving, jelly layup package because you have a smaller player that's like 6'3" or shorter, or maybe even 6'4" or shorter. So that way you can have a jelly layup package that's hard to get blocked because of your height, number one, and number two can go off, your layup rate, of course. So let's just say you have a player that's like 6'4" or 6'3" or shorter, because 6'4" is usually the cutoff, maybe 6'3". Let's just say a pretty above average pass rating, a pretty above average 3-point shot, like a 80-something, a 90-something. To summarize, you have a player that's good at basically everything or above average at everything. Some's going to have to be sacrificed, and that could be your dunking. So if you don't have good dunking, then you're going to have good layups instead. And because your player's a certain height with a certain layup rating, then you can have good layups like Kyrie Irving. Because in 2K23, the way it worked before, which is I'm pretty sure how it's most likely going to work in 24 as well, is that if you have a well-rounded player that's pretty good at everything, something like dunking's going to have to be sacrificed if you're like a point guard. Because otherwise, it wouldn't be fair for your player to have a good 3-point rating, have a good pass accuracy rating, have good speed, quickness, decent strength, and then also be able to dunk. Like, nah, they ain't gonna let you have all that. So instead, they're gonna let you be able to have a good layup rating instead. Basically, if you make like a Kyrie Irving type build, like a play shot 2K24, which a lot of people will, then they should make it to where you can actually just go and finish amongst the trees by doing layup packages like Kyrie. If you have a certain layup rating, like a 70 or something, or a 75 or something, even though Kyrie Irving's layup package is probably like worth like a 80 something to 90 something. So if you make like a play shot type build or a Kyrie Irving type build, which is what I had in 23, they're not gonna let you dunk as well as have like all those good stats that's above average as well, is my point. So that's the second thing I wanted to touch on. So now for the third.
Defensive anchors will have a much easier time putting a body on shooters at the rim and forcing tough shots. Directional steals are also back. You need to reach with the correct hand closest to the ball and avoid reaching across the body to maximize success and avoid foul calls. You can also use directional steals to play passing lanes by flicking the right stick in the correct direction to get your hand in the way and deflect the pass.
Alright, so assuming that a lot of y'all that's watch my other possibilities videos are keeping in mind that this is a possibilities video, and some of y'all are probably thinking, well, why do a category on stealing for defense when it's already set in stone in the game? Well, the reason is I'm not saying that they should actually add a new function into stealing, like, for example, make stealing affect your adrenaline system, because that's a whole different gameplay mechanic that we have to add in. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that what 2K should do is, or the folks over at 2K should do is, in 2K24 with directional steals, they should make it to where the directional steals can be done from all angles, because I don't think Mike Wang meant that it could be done from all angles. So for example, whether you in like Play Now Online or in the park with your my player, you should be able to use directional steals like a Chris Paul or a Jose Alvarado from behind your matchup instead of ball from behind your matchup, because I don't think that's the thing in 2K24 so far, because I don't think Mike Wang mentioned that. I think that Mike Wang only mentioned directional steals when it comes to being in front of your matchup or playing the passing lane, from what I can remember. So I don't believe that's a thing in 2K24, because if it's not, it definitely should be in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Alright y'all, so those are all the possibilities I got for this video. Like I said, I couldn't go in like I wanted to because it's too late in the cycle, and that's because I was locked out of my channel earlier, so I couldn't post the usual possibility series that I do every year, because like I said, I was locked out of my channel, so just got back in, so that's why I couldn't go in like I wanted to. But anyway y'all, that's gonna do it for this video, like I said. So if any new like news, information, or screenshots that anything comes out, you're in the right place. You're gonna be hearing to here, so just subscribe if you want to and all that good stuff. Leave a like on the video. Let me know down below if you agree with anything I said in this video, by the way. And yeah, with that being said, y'all, appreciate y'all for watching. It's been your boy, A1 Andre, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.